Alright, so being appropriate with black culture, so it's not like making fun of it and trying to be like a culture vulture, or just trying to understand the culture. So like TikTok was a big thing. Like instead of like oh this is the new stuff. I'm from the old school. You really will want to uh try to see like understand TikTok. Like try to do like challenges, something that that can relate to the kids, that that is going to like make them feel like you are really trying your best to understand them. So like I know something like the something new challenge. It can be as simple as if everybody gets a great job, if everybody gets an 80 above on the test, I do a TikTok challenge. And I did that in my classroom and it went pretty well. You know what I'm saying? I'm fairly young, I'm only 24. So doing that with my students, I'm like, it's nothing. I do it with my younger siblings. Hey, you feel me? So I'm really trying to, that's like part of the thing, like understanding the black culture, understanding like what's in and what's not. Nobody's saying, "Yo, what's up, dog?" Nobody's doing that no more. Hey, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? Stuff like that. Just being like appropriate with the culture and understanding it. Uh, like no, like on fleek. I mean, I think it's a little outdated, but you can still get away with it. Like, okay, I see you, girl. Eyebrows on fleek. That's just like just trying to relate to your students. They may like laugh about it, like, what you know about that? But yeah, it's a conversation you got. Like, all right, they cool. I guess they understand me. So talk about culture. Black culture in general. You'll also then I'll also talk about like the process. So how I came created like a basic check-in sheet for the teachers and students. For the teachers, it was just it is more a little bit more in depth about the students, like specific students. I chose about like 20 black girls through various through grades. I think it was heavy in the sophomore and junior class, and then the freshman, it was a little. It was like six freshmen, seven, seven or eight juniors, some sophomores, like two or three sophomores, and then like two seniors. So like just those who have those students in their classes, like how you been in a relationship, like how they doing, like you're from your perspective. So but it give a little bit more in depth as far as I so like tell like strategies that you use. I try to talk to Jane Doe today about what TikTok challenges she's into, stuff like that that really can relate to the work that you're doing to make them feel like they really want to be in the classroom. That's a big problem. That's part of the reason that they feel pushed out, because they don't see them in the curriculum. They don't see themselves. And then with anything successful, only thing they talk about, we don't talk about slavery as much in the curriculum. It's like more of a, all right, how this really affected me. Like, how's this impacting me now? So I think that that's one of the things that we really have to address, in that. But also, students get progress reports as well, but theirs just generic. And then at the end of the week, like they'll turn it in. I'll analyze both, see if any type of correlation. All right, somebody said, if a student said they didn't like how the teacher said something this day, did the teacher mention it as well? I think that really will help the situation. So I do that for like a 6 week span. And then like one of the things I asked the students, I was like, would you like, could you meet on like Friday bi-weekly, like on a Friday, where you come and you really just have a debriefing session in a safe space, a comfortable space, when it's not like more about complaining and sneak dissing the teachers. It's more of this is how I felt, you know, when the Mrs. Jane Doe said this to me. I really didn't like that, and it's just a safe space where you can vent. And it wouldn't just be me; it would be me, and I have coworkers. I have two or three coworkers who are African American women who will understand them. Bringing third party, outside parties. I know that when I was thinking about this, somebody suggested like getting like local sorority chapters involved in everything, and I was like, that would probably be good because you can see a positive, black woman and like what they're doing. So I think like it's the world, the world is ours, when it came to that. But it had definitely been the excuse me, it had definitely been one of those things where they had just been debriefing session just to really, like see how they're like, is anything changing? Do they feel like teachers are trying, or they feel like they're still getting pushed out and everything? So you really just want to pick their brain just so they can feel comfortable. And they have that space and they feel comfortable to where they can share it without feeling no judgment. That's also part of the thing. That's part of the problem. They don't have no space that's theirs. They don't have no space that's theirs that they can really say, you know what, I really just need to go to this space in school. Not everybody has that. And it can be like as far as just a lounge area where, they go and they can chill out, listen to music, like the stuff that they do, get their makeup and stuff done. If they need toiletries, they can have that. Um, Somewhere they can do their hair in the morning. So say if they ain't have time to do their hair, they can get there and do their hair in the morning without feeling judged and people laughing at them because they coming in with a bonnet or a scarf on. Anything that's gonna really make them feel uh, more comfortable in the building. You're not pushed out, not singled out. So after that would arise, I would take time to sit down and break down all the data, everything that I've gotten. Okay, is this data is not really going to be quantitative. It's not, you're not going to see numbers. Is, you may see the positive effects of it. That may be quantitative. Will be like higher test scores because they feel like they belong and they want to be in the class. Um, Less referrals, less suspensions, more numbers along that line. But for the most part, this research is qualitative. Okay, because I mean, I don't want to be a guy who's like just helping the numbers, the school buildings numbers, our referrals is down. Nah, it's about the empowerment of these young black queens, these young black women, these young black girls. I call them a lot of things, but I can refer to them as queens. If I say black queens, that's who I'm referring to. So it's no misconception, it's no confusion. But I really want y'all to understand that this process, this is how hypothetical because of COVID and then everything that's went on. I only got to the interview part. But after, like, after we have done the interview part, after we had got all the data, I would then give a professional development every year, beginning of the year, maybe twice a year before they come back for winter break, on teachers on the same professional development that I gave the micros, amount of teachers, like the 4 to 5 teachers that I selected, just so see how it can work on a larger scale and keep on tweaking it. Keep on, because like the thing is, like, this is not like a set in stone, like this is not a set in stone thing. This is all still, we're going in the right direction. If we're going in the right direction, then I really think that black girls are going to be more successful in school. um, so that's like my implementation of everything. Sorry, that's my implementation of everything. Like as far as like my plan. Um, so let's talk. So I'm big on talking about the plan and everything, but I want to talk more about the things that people may not know about black girls in education. And this is a research part. My research is one of my sources. Static1.squarespace.com is really gave me like it gives like facts and everything. And if you click on my article, I have it linked up in the subscribe area. You click on my article, you will be able to find all this information. Part of the cohort. This is how it all got started. I've been having this idea, for months, but then I got I got sent to a cohort called STEPS, Kentucky STEPS, classroom teachers enacting positive solutions. Okay, so you find a problem that you want to address, and then try to find a solution to it, or contribute to the solution. And that's why I was really just telling one of my coworkers, who's an African American teacher, and like she is the bomb. I said that this is never gonna be finished. This type of work is never finished. You're never gonna put a stamp on it and be like, I did that. That's me. It's my Yes, I want success, okay, but it's not about that. It's gonna be tweaking, because until every student, especially every black girl, feels empowered, feels like they belong in the school, they feel like they're not excluded, they're included, they see themselves in the curriculum, this problem will never like go away. It's like I'm a football player. One of my coaches told me something that a good analogy, and you can't eat an elephant in one bite. Okay, you got to keep taking smaller bites until you make damage. So that's like this is part of taking that bite. It's It's a step in the right direction. So, like for an example, so let's get into like a couple facts. Girls' attachment and sense of belonging in school can be undermined if their achievements are overlooked and undervalued. Research suggests that black girls sometimes get less attention than their male counterparts early in their school careers because they are perceived to be more socially mature and self-reliant. The lack of attention can lead to benign neglect that may diminish school attachment in both high and moderate achieving female students. All that is giving praise. If you see somebody struggling, they won't praise. Like the smallest thing that makes somebody, a black girl, feel good, and then they're all being compared to like their counterpart, the male counterparts. It's really belittling. All right. They always looked at socially mature. Like it was one thing that was said in research that I found. It says that black girls are viewed as more like adults because of their physical appearance and how they carry themselves. So they're like, all right, she's actually a young adult when she's actually 15 years old. Like she may look like she's older and mature, but she's really, not. They need that verbal praise. They need to know that they're having some type of success and that you believe in them, that you want to celebrate that. Okay, um, that's like a big thing. One thing. Here we go. So, okay, the failure of schools to intervene in situations involving sexual harassment and bullying of girls contributes to their insecurity at school. Stakeholders and participants noted that a heavy emphasis on discipline does little to curb harassing behavior in school. Instead, of zero tolerance policy may exacerbate the vulnerability of girls to harassing behavior because it penalizes them for defending themselves against such acts. So it's usually what we say, it's usually not the first person, it costs the second person. So we don't see the male or female, girl, boy, harassing them or making comments. We see them being reactive. We see the black girls like hitting them and like, all right, no, I'm not gonna tolerate that. And then they always get in trouble. Keep your hands to yourself. Okay, that's part of the thing. Okay, that's one of the things that I'm telling you. Like I can have conversations about this all day because of the research, and I'm big on facts. One thing that I also was researching was being safe in school. If you don't feel safe and secure in school, that's why certain things happen. So you always get a reaction as far as our fight. That I've in my research and my findings through interviews with my staff members and my coworkers, they was saying sometimes black girls in their class would ignore them, not talk, so there wouldn't be compliant, failure to answer questions. Okay, that's one of the things in referrals, or they will blow up because it's kind of like the fight or flight thing. If you're not safe, you don't feel safe and comfortable, you're gonna rely on your brain goes into the fight or flight thing, and that's what they do. That's what everybody does, but especially with the black girls in this situation, they're either gonna shut down on you, okay, because they shut down, or they gonna explode. You can't like get mad at them like. So if you're asking them a question and maybe they don't know and everything, they gonna be like, all right, I was asking you a question. how people like to push the envelope. Sometimes you got to know the situation to know the relationship with the girl. Sometimes they don't really feel that way and they feel like you're attacking them. Guess what? They're either going to shut down or what? You get a tiger in the corner. Keep it in the corner. So eventually going to bite you back and then you're going to feel like, why did I get bit by a tiger? All I was asking them to do was do a trick. That's the same thing with like not comparing them to animals, but that's just anything, fight or flight. All right, so let's look at a couple more facts. So one thing, girls sometimes resort to acting out when their counseling needs are overlooked or disregarded. In environments in which discipline is emphasized over counseling, girls who struggle with trauma and other unmet needs may come to attention of school personnel when their behavior leads to punishable offenses. So it's always a reason. Nobody just randomly just goes out and like has a terrible day. Nobody wakes up like, you know what, today's the day I'm just gonna be terrible. Nobody does that. It's a lot of things that's going on. It goes back to what I said in my professional development: empathetic versus punitive discipline. Being empathetic and actually trying to realize what's going on with them. I think that will help us a lot with our black girls, so they don't feel pushed out and they're understood. Sometimes they're screaming out for help. Like if I see somebody acting out, I'm not like, man, this is unusual for them. I'm gonna just write them up. No, I'm like, look, can I stay? Yeah, I'm gonna get everybody together on work, and I'm like, hey, can you take what's going on? Take them outside. What's going on? I realize that it seemed like you're in a little funk. Talk to me. If it means that anybody I can help point you to, talk to if you need that. Instead of just being like, you need to get on your job. You're not doing it's not productive every time. Okay? Let's look at another one. School-age black girls experience high incidence of interpersonal violence. Among the factors that disrupt some of the participants' ability to finish school was trauma associated with sexual assault and other forms of violence. We do not know what these girls are going through. I'm not making an excuse, okay? That's one thing that I've realized that, some of my coworkers or some people who think when you're like going to bat for these students, like you're trying to give them a high. No, if I mess with you, and especially though if I view you as like you're like a black queen, like I view every black woman as a black queen. If I feel like you are, if I feel okay. One of my favorite quotes: "Our biggest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our biggest fear is that we are powerful beyond all measure." Like, I'm gonna hold you accountable. If you're like one of my people, I'm gonna hold you to a higher standard. So, understanding what they're going through and their experience, so you don't know what they're going on at home, and they normalize it, especially with trauma. Sometimes the stuff that they go through is so normalized, they just internalize it, and it's like, all right, man, it's nothing. We gotta understand these girls. If we want to change the world and change how they are felt in a building and education, you really have to try to get to understand them. Like another like a big analogy guy. Another analogy is like Shrek. What he say? Ogres are like onions. You gotta keep peeling back. Keep peeling back. Okay. So, to review what I just talked about. I'm sorry, I can start rambling now. So we talked about the implementation plan that I had in place, some of the results that I got from the interviews that I did with staff and some of the students. Talked about different facts, where you can find like how every school district have a DMC, a data management center, where you can see the numbers at. Okay, if you don't know the numbers, it's always, you need to know how to get to them. Okay, so that's like a big thing with me. And if you don't know, you can always ask an admin. Okay, it's nobody's hiding it. It's like if your numbers are not up to par, guess what? They're not up to par. It's something you gotta fix. Now I'm gonna leave y'all with this. We are all part of the problem. Okay, it's no exclusion. It's no like, oh, I'm up here and you're down here. We're all part of the problem. It's a system problem. It's not just it's not a JCPS problem. It's not a Fayette County school problem. It's not a Bullitt County problem. It's not a town, Indianapolis township, IPS school problem. All it is a problem in the education system that these black girls are being pushed out. We really need to figure, and that's why I'm just really trying to express it. Okay, that's why I'm going for more of a conversation because look, everybody can read from a PowerPoint and talk facts, but if you see the passion, if you see the passion, no, but everybody don't care about what you know. It's like, well, like, why are you doing it? Okay, I'm I'm doing it because I want the black girls to stop feeling pushed down. I want them to feel empowered in this education. I want them to be unapologetically themselves and be successful. We're part of the problem. Teachers, students don't write themselves up. Teachers do. That's why they're suspended 6 times compared to once with a white girl. Okay, it's things that's in place that hurts them as far as dress code. You know, teachers not understanding culture, punitive discipline versus rather than using empathetic discipline. All these things is things that we do as educators. But the awesome thing is we can also be part of the solution. Check out my next video. I'll be talking about a little bit more like how I'm gonna wrap it up and talk about like what we can do to better it on different points at home, in the building, outside the building, anything that we can do. So please check it out. Like I said, my name is Anthony Baldwin. Nice. Thank you for here. Come to my TED Talk.